Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Coffee with Coaches podcast. I am your regular host, Kevin Stafford, and today I have with me Joanne Victoria. Joanne is a true calling life coach and business intuitive consultant, has been a business practitioner for 30 plus years as a real estate broker slash owner, CFO of an investment company, CFO and sales and marketing director of a home building company, CEO of her former business, New Directions. Deep breath. I could go on. I'll stop right there.
That's enough. That's enough, Kevin.
Joanne, long story short, Joanne provides insights into big picture outcomes. Joanne, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. This is great. This is great. I'm enjoying you, and I'm going to enjoy this podcast. And welcome to the new year.
Yeah, happy new year to everybody. And you know what? Who says we can't have fun while we're getting things done?
Not me, because if you can't have fun, why bother? That's what I say.
Couldn't agree more. Let's start at the beginning. What got you into coaching as a profession? What prompted you to start your own coaching practice?
Well, when you went through all of those CFO and CEO positions that I had, and owning my own real estate company, working with construction and builders and men and women, these people had other issues besides the job they were doing. So they had questions about whatever, pick a topic, Mars, whatever. And they would say, oh, go ask Joanne. She knows. Go ask Joanne. Ask Joanne. Ask Joanne.
Hmm.
And at the very end of my real estate relationship, because I was getting bored, and it's sad to say, but I was. And I think I was restless, more restless
Hmm.
for something else. Well,
Good word.
a friend invited me to present a workshop with him. And I said, well, I've never done that before. He says, well, you know what you're talking about. So he had a specific topic. This was in the personal development arena, and it was about anger. And he and I created the event, went and stood before a number of people in California. And after it was over, I said, I could do this. I could do this individually. I could do this. This is good. So that was the shift and change from, the other world to front of the room to individual coach for
Hmm.
individual clients.
I like there's some key words there that just really resonated with me immediately. I mean, I had to say so. Restless is such a powerful motivator, and it really does, because you're not just, I like boredom too, but boredom is almost, there's almost a passiveness to it, but that bored restlessness where it's like you can sense that there's something more out there for you, but you're not quite sure what it is. So
Yes.
you need to move towards it. And then that word you just used, shift. It really is just that. Once you get that one experience or that collection of experiences that make up a moment, you can feel that shift in you, almost like a
Yeah.
tectonic plate moving beneath you. And then things become more clear and you begin to move in that direction. It's something I find to be very, very unique to every coach I talk to, but also extremely in common. Almost everyone has that sort of restlessness and then that shift. And not everybody puts it that way, which is why I really like. I wanted to point out how well you put that.
Thank you.
That's because that it really is the chemical process, the journey, alchemical process. That change that happens inside you. Um, so you've got your coaching business. You've been doing it for a while. And I'll throw this. This is another word that I'll let you interpret as you choose. I like to ask coaches what you're doing in your coaching practice that is unique. And unique doesn't have to be like you're the only one doing it, because obviously there's a lot in common with a lot of people's coaching practices and protocols. But everyone does have a certain spin, a certain take, a certain angle, a certain approach that makes their coaching special. So, what would you say that is for you?
I would say that is what you're saying is what makes me a true calling coach.
Hmm.
Because what you spoke about before and the words you chose, the restless, the shift, and uh, that it was about accessibility. I am helping people decades later, by the way. I've been doing this all along, but I never owned it that I was a true calling life coach, that I would help entrepreneurs and business owners find their true calling about the work they were doing, not just doing a job or a chore or it's like with you and doing this podcast, it's a calling for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's not just the next notch on the bedpost, so to speak, of what you do next in the coaching world. So when I realized that I am here to help people, all people, but let's say entrepreneurs and business owners, find their true calling so that they are satisfied with what they're doing. Because a lot of people start a business, oh, let's put on a show, and then they forget that they don't like this.
Mm.
They don't want to make vacuum cleaners or be Bill Gates or somebody like that. They want to be what is their God-given gift? And that's what I help people find is their God-given gift. And what happens to them is that they are satisfied and they have to adapt very little because it's more like a movement of the body as opposed to a big jump. There's no jumping the shark.
Mm.
So a true calling is something different than a job. It's like, where are you going to put your energy?
I like that. I like centering it in the body like that because what I immediately thought of and it kind of resonated in my heart was the idea that it's much more like a dance.
Yes.
There's call to movement that comes from deep within you that kind of has its own rhythm and its own grace once you tap into it, once you find it. And it's yeah, now that I'm sitting with that for a moment and I love it. I
Oh,
absolutely
good. Yeah, it's unique because I know that there might be a few other people who deal with true calling issues,
hmm.
but I know that I'm kind of alone in this arena, and I don't mind that because I'm there are people out there who coach coaches who help you make phone calls, help you write emails, help you write landing pages and all that stuff. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I want to help you find your true calling so that you are totally and completely satisfied with where you are putting your energy.
It's deep work. That's deep work. In some ways, it's a lot easier to attend to those more surface details, but it sounds like you go to the heart of the matter.
Very much so. That's why people say, well, what's your format when in dealing with
Mm-hmm.
clients? Well, it's specific to the client. I have rolling hours in my long term. I don't say, oh, we work 4 hours a week or 4 hours a month and this and this and this. We have rolling hours. So if we have cleared a problem in 2 hours, we go on to the next time. We don't, there's no hard and fast rule because everything is bespoke for that particular individual.
Ooh, another word. Man, you're picking off all the best words. Bespoke coaching, bespoke true call. I love it. I love it. Sorry, I keep you keep saying these things, and they have these key words right at the heart of what you're saying, and it just. I mean, obviously, you're good at this. You've been doing this for a while because you keep striking chords, keep strumming the strings of my brain and my heart with this. It's fantastic. Bespoke is such a perfect way to describe it.
Yes, it is. And some people don't, well, maybe you have to be British to get it, but but because some guys will go, bespoke. What's that mean? I says, well, obviously you've never had a
Mhm.
suit made for you or a pair of shoes
Mm.
just for you. So anyway, and that's one of my dreams is to have somebody make me a custom pair of shoes.
Oh.
So I just, people who are very heart-centered are attracted to this
Mm.
because they hear the energy and the words underneath when I say true life calling. So, and that's fine for me because it is deep work. I can't deal in surface. I get bored with surface. I've done surface.
With deep work and this and you I think you identified something very interesting as well how not many people not many coaches are in this space for I'm sure a number of reasons but I imagine because it's a lot of work it's a lot of effort um, what would you say and I'm almost leading you with this question here because I'm imagining this is it's very difficult to find enough time to do all the work you'd like to do and to help all the people you'd like to help. So I was going to ask you what your biggest obstacle is in your coaching practice, but I feel like that's got to be a big one, if not the biggest one. Just finding enough time to reach people and to do the coaching that you want to do with the people that you can help the most. Is that accurate? Would you say?
Quite accurate. Yeah, I that's why I've been thinking recently, maybe I'll try a group. I don't know how a group would work. Uh, you know, but that would be my next step, not the only next step, but a next step. It's when I'm interviewing a prospect before they become a client, and then after when they've become a client, and we're still in it's always interviewing, it's
Mm.
always question asking, and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The onion layers just disappear, and
Wow.
it does take time. But I find that clients come back after a year or two and they go, "Aha, I got it." And that's good because at least they did get it.
Mhm.
And to find the time to go deep with I don't need to have too many people, individuals, because I enjoy not dealing, but I enjoy being with the clients that are still there.
Hmm.
And if they want to stay around for a year and more, that's fine. I've got a program for you. Believe me. But because I think that people, it's like a marriage. It's a relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
So you can't do this in 90 days or a month. You can make some dents and you can
Hmm.
get some direction. And, if you follow whatever free stuff I put out on my website, you'll be fine for a while. And that's sometimes all people need. And I'm more than willing to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's an interesting perspective on helping people make breakthroughs so that they can have their own big aha moment.
Hmm. Yeah, it's work across this broad spectrum of time where it's some people are in that position where they just need a little bit of a shove. They need like not even a shove, maybe a little bit of like almost like the mom pushing the child on the swing. Just need a little boost from behind to kind of get on the right track. And some
Mm-hmm.
people, that's what they needed. They just needed that momentum, that forward motion, and then they can take it from there. And that's fantastic. And some people, they need that, and what that is a good start, and then they go on to the next thing that they need, and it continues to be, and it's obviously this kind of emerges in the process of coaching and being coached. It's like it's not like a fad diet where you're doing this, you're eating this food and doing this thing for 30 or 60 days, and then poof, magically you are the person that you want to be. It's and I know it sounds trite to say it, but it is a lifelong journey. It is a lifelong process that you, to varying degrees, get to engage in a little bit more, with a little bit greater awareness. And quite frankly, and I feel like this is a great thing that's coming out of our more recent times, is like over the past number of years, coaching as something that is extremely valuable to everyone is beginning to raise, I think, in our social and cultural awareness. I think a lot more people see the value and are engaging with it and taking advantage of it, realizing, what, I need someone to help me through this, whatever this happens to be, whether it's their career, whether it's some pursuit in their life, whether it's a relationship, whatever it might happen to be. And I love that you are right there for the people who are looking for or in the process of finding and need some help with their true calling. I love it. Long story short, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it too. And it's rewarding
Mm,
to see somebody make that leap. And
mm.
and after a while it's not even a leap, it's just a step. But it is a lifelong process. If we're here, we might as well do something about our lives. I mean, it's
I
this
couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, we're
I
here,
mean,
aren't we?
yeah, what are you going to do? Sit back, open up a beer and watch TV every night? So,
Not every night.
right, right.
I kid, I kid. I could do this with you all day, but I want to make sure that here towards the end, I make sure that people can know where to find you. Like where do you like to be found? Like, of course, you've got a website, but like, what's your preferred social media? Where you're most active? Basically, where can people get to know you a little bit better?
Facebook. I
Mm,
have three pages there. One with my personal page, one with my business page, the Joanne Victoria Group,
mm.
and another for my podcasts. And my podcasts, I'm recording number 200 and some odd next week. So yeah, I've been doing this since 2018, 2017. Time goes by when you keep recording.
It flies.
And yeah, and so if people want to listen to my podcast, that's great.
Hmm.
I've been lucky now. I'm in the top 10% of listened to podcasts globally. But go to Facebook, go to LinkedIn,
Mm.
and I'm pretty much everything Joanne Victoria.
Very nice.
No gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
And I appreciate that your name is like it's it's not like a super duper like specific name, or it's not spelled in some alternate way, but it's still unique enough to where like I have no problem finding you.
Yeah. Yes, that's good to know because people say, "Oh, I can't find you." And I go in my head, "No, you're not.
No.
It's not even a try. It's just, it's like right there. Joanne Victoria, Google. Oh, look, her picture. It's it's not difficult.
Well, Joanne, thank you so much for being here on the podcast today. I know we try to keep this short and sweet. I always go a little bit, I lean more towards the sweet than the short. I think it might be the way that I put it, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm grateful because you're a great interviewer and you're very patient and you have great insights, and that helps not only your guests but your listeners as well. So whoever's listening, pay attention.
Oh, I hope so. And that's, I mean, when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Isn't that the phrase? And this,
That's what they say.
yeah. Well, thank you all for listening. And you know what? We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye bye, everybody.